Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your March 2018 love reading. It's Raina here. Okay, well, so I'm just shuffling the cards. Let's see. It's funny that I did get that card because I was just thinking I was going to say that I just got chewed out by somebody for calling Virgo a shrinking violet. So it's funny that I should get a card that's connected to Virgo because Virgo was on my mind. Okay. You know, us Sagittarians are very outspoken, and sometimes that can rub people the wrong way. Oh well. Okay. Alrighty then. Let me just tidy up these cards right here, and I shall begin. So the heart of the matter is possibly I was going to say Virgo, but this is a card of looking within. So there may be something that's going on for Sagittarians that is causing in your relationship, if you're in between relationships, you may be kind of keeping to yourself. Maybe you had a bad breakup before and you don't want to just jump right into a new relationship. It's interesting because I did get this card in a different reading in a different position. And I was saying how this card is actually connected to Sagittarius. This is in the past position. The Queen of Wands, by virtue of being a queen, we're talking about a female, you know, let's go along with the court cards and them representing actual people. I guess you could say, because this is a general reading, that we should keep it more open-ended, but I would like to look at this as a female because this female has masculine elements. And this is what we're talking about with Sagittarius. We're talking about a fire sign. That's what the wands are all about, is fire. And that is a masculine element. And so a Sagittarian woman, for example, would have the masculine element as for their sun sign. And so they would have those qualities, those more assertive qualities, those more extroverted qualities. This is a woman, might be a mature woman, so especially one who is maybe past the age of 40, but it doesn't have to be. It could be somebody who has a sense of empowerment in her life at this point. Maybe a mother, somebody who has become a mother, or your mother. In the other reading, I was talking about a mother-in-law, you know. And sometimes, and I even said a mother-in-law from hell, because this woman, if this is not you, is somebody who craves attention to the point where they may start things to get that reaction. And I wouldn't even be surprised if this is the mother of your partner's child. And it's a former, so this would be their former partner, supposedly. But there's this sense that this is not what you think it is, because this is the Five of Swords can indicate either that this person is talking badly about you. Now, if you're involved with a Virgo male, you're a woman involved with a Virgo male, this woman may be kind of running the show. And maybe she's saying things to him, or he's saying things to both of you. He may be, this is a card of slander. So he may be saying, you know, sometimes these people, when they're cheating, they say, oh, my wife doesn't understand me, or my girlfriend doesn't understand me. I'm only there because we have a child, and we don't want to uproot our child's life. And so, you know, it's really not cheating, because we're not even sleeping in the same room, you know, and it's all a pack of lies. So just be, if you're in that type of situation, it makes sense. I mean, not just because this is a tarot reading or anything like that, but I mean, in any case where that scenario is true for you, that's a time to really question it, because any time that somebody is willing to cheat on their partner, you have to wonder how trustworthy they are with you. And a lot of the Five of Swords might be verbal, but it can actually involve the infidelity aspect as well. The higher message is the Four of Cups. And, you know, when I put this card out, what the first thought that came to me is, you're not that into him. You're just not that into him. And this is a card of dissatisfaction. Now, you see that someone is holding out, the clouds, holding out that golden cup, which represents affection. But the person is stone-faced. And the irony about this is, there may be somebody else in your life who is totally into you, and you're not into them. And when this is a really twisted kind of a scenario, is when that person is actually a good person for you. And this is the spiritual message. So that makes me think that there's something along those lines, that this is kind of some pattern that you have to overcome. And it might be due to lack of self-love, where you don't feel you're deserving of love. So the very people who offer it and who are sincere are the people that you will reject. And that becomes quite sad, because the healthy relationships may be there. It's not like you don't have the opportunity, but you don't have the vision to see, to appreciate them. You may, you know, sometimes people, it's really interesting if they, especially those who grew up in a very dysfunctional environment, can really find stability boring. And Sagittarians, because of being that fire element, being excited and stimulated all the time, is something that can definitely be at play. And that needs to be examined and needs to be like questioned by yourself and say, what is the, you know, what am I doing here? Who, you know, who is the kind of person who I find attractive, and why? What crosses you is the Chariot, and this can indicate exactly what I'm talking about, that chaos, that sense of being out of control. Now, in some cases, this may indicate that the person you're with has possible issues in this way, where they are not stable. There's an instability within them that is kind of wreaking havoc on your life. But there's every possibility that this card represents you, that you have kind of gone off the rails, so to speak. And it may be due to this situation, but it's what it's doing is that you no longer have this focus. You know, you may, the whole point of this card does relate to like victory and stuff like that, but there's also that sense of the person having control over their thoughts and over their life. And when it's in a challenge position, it's like the horse is driving the rider. And the horse is galloping every which way. The person's going along for the ride. So there's a lack of control. And to me, that also signifies a sense of maybe feeling that life is happening to you. And that you don't have, there's nothing you can do about it. Kind of that learned helplessness. What's coming in is represented by the Three of Pentacles, and this can deal with some kind of situation. This is a card of building a firm foundation. This is actually a very practical constructive. That was the word I was looking for. So it could simply mean that you have a part of life that is your refuge, and this is the workplace. That maybe you have a project that you can lose yourself in, and that you can, it's not that you're escaping from the reality of your situation, but that there is something good in your life that you can build upon. Sometimes this may mean that you meet someone in that work situation that is a more stable partner, and someone that you can actually count on for the long haul. And actually, yes, because the outcome is the King of Pentacles. And this is a card of a more mature male who is could be like a business owner, a manager of a bank, somebody who may have a lot of affluence and a lot of influence too. And this person, being the king, this person probably has some years under their belt, and they are a mature version of this earth sign. So in other words, they've already arrived, so they don't have to flaunt their money or anything like that. They are very confident in their financial success, but they have something to offer, not just others in a relationship, but in a community sense. They may be kind of pillars of the community that others look up to. There's a sense of being well established. And this may be the kind of person that you end up with. The thing I want to call attention to, by the way, is that the Five of Swords, right above that King of Pentacles, this could also indicate that this person perhaps is a Gemini, which is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. I'm saying that based upon the swords as well as the number 5 connected to Mercury. So, and that's the ruler of Gemini. So if that's the case, this person may not be, the King of Pentacles may not actually be an earth sign of Taurus, although how about that Hermit? That's a Virgo. So maybe that is that person. And you've already had feelings for that person. So maybe it is a Virgo. The other earth signs are Capricorn and Taurus. So anyway, Sagittarius, I hope that you enjoyed this. What I was going to say, by the way, was that it could be their, they may have a lot of earth in their personal points, so that even if their sun sign is a fire sign, they may have a lot of earth. And they come across as kind of earthy. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Have a great March. Bye.